You wake up and look into a mirror. The face staring back has never existed before. It will never exist again. Out of more than 8 billion people alive today, no one has your exact face. Even identical twins slowly become different over time. That seems ordinary, but it is one of the strangest facts about being human. Why would evolution create billions of unique faces? Wouldn't it be easier if everyone looked almost the same? Most animals don't have this problem. A zebra can recognize another zebra. A penguin can find its chick in a crowd. But human faces are different. They are unbelievably detailed. The distance between your eyes matters. The shape of your nose matters. The curve of your lips matters. Even tiny changes create an entirely different person. Why? The answer begins millions of years before cities existed. Long before language. Long before farming. Our ancestors lived in small groups. Most contained fewer than 100 people. Every face carried important information. Friend or stranger. Family or outsider. Leader or rival. One mistake could cost your life. Imagine walking through tall grass at sunset. Someone appears in the distance. You have only seconds to decide. Do you run toward them? Or run away? Your brain needed an answer immediately. Recognizing a familiar face became a survival advantage. The people who recognized friends faster survived more often. Over thousands of generations, natural selection rewarded this ability. Slowly, the human brain became a face recognition machine. Today, that ancient system is still inside you. Scientists even discovered a special brain region dedicated to faces. It is called the fusiform face area. Neuroscientist Nancy Kanwisher helps show that this area responds much more strongly to faces than to almost anything else. Damage this small region, and something remarkable can happen. A person may still see eyes. They may still see a nose. They may still see a mouth. But they cannot recognize who the face belongs to. This condition is called prosopagnosia. Many people know it as face blindness. Imagine looking directly at your closest friend. You know someone is standing there. You see every feature. But your brain refuses to connect them into a familiar identity. It feels as though every face belongs to a stranger. That single condition reveals something extraordinary. Your brain does not simply see faces. It builds identity from them. Researchers estimate that humans can recognize thousands of individual faces. Some studies suggest the average person can recognize around 5,000 faces during a lifetime. That ability is far more impressive than it sounds. Every smile changes the shape of a face. Every wrinkle adds new details. Every hairstyle changes over time. People age. People grow beards. People wear glasses. Yet your brain usually keeps up effortlessly. How? It does not memorize one photograph. It builds a flexible mental model. Every meeting updates that model. Every conversation strengthens it. Your brain is constantly predicting what familiar faces should look like. And most of the time, it gets the answer right. But recognizing familiar faces is only half the story. The other half is being recognized yourself. Imagine every person in your village had the same face. Parents would lose children in crowded places. Hunters would struggle to find their partners. Friends could easily mistake strangers for family. Small errors would become deadly mistakes. Evolution favored faces that were easier to tell apart. That idea was explored by evolutionary biologist Michael J. Sheehan and anthropologist Michael W. Nachman. Their research suggests that human faces evolved to become unusually diverse compared with other parts of the body. In other words, your face may be unique because nature wanted it that way. Researchers compared facial features with traits such as height, arm length, and hand size. Faces showed far more variation than expected. That pattern is surprisingly rare in the animal kingdom. Most animals rely on smell. Some rely on sound. Others recognize movement or body markings. Humans depend heavily on vision, especially faces. Have you ever noticed how quickly you spot someone you know in a crowded airport? Hundreds of strangers pass by. Then suddenly, one familiar face seems to jump out instantly. Your brain begins searching before you even realize it. It filters thousands of details every second. Eye spacing, jaw shape, skin tone, eyebrows, cheekbones, expression. All of it happens almost instantly. Modern brain scans show that face recognition begins within fractions of a second, long before you consciously think, "I know that person." This speed mattered in ancient environments. The faster you recognized an ally, the faster you could cooperate. The faster you spotted an enemy, the faster you could escape. A fraction of a second could separate survival from disaster. But evolution added another twist. Humans became experts at reading emotions. A raised eyebrow, a tightened jaw, a forced smile, a look of fear. Your face became more than an identity. It became a language. Without saying a single word, your face constantly broadcasts information. It reveals happiness, stress, confusion, trust, suspicion. Even tiny muscles around the eyes can completely change what another person believes about you. Psychologist Paul Ekman spent decades studying facial expressions across different cultures. His work showed that several basic emotional expressions are recognized almost everywhere on Earth. That means people separated by oceans and languages can still understand many of the same emotional signals. Your face is not simply something people recognize. It is something they read. Every conversation depends on it. Every friendship depends on it. Every first impression begins with it. And that raises one final question. If every human face tells a unique story, what does your own face say before you ever speak? The answer is more complicated than most people imagine. Your face is shaped by thousands of tiny genetic instructions. No single gene decides what you will look like. Instead, countless genes interact during development. Each one makes small adjustments. Together, they create a face that has never existed before. Even identical twins begin life with nearly identical DNA. Yet as they grow older, their faces slowly drift apart. Different expressions, different injuries, different diets, different sunlight, different lives. Every experience leaves a small mark. Your face becomes a record of your journey. Scientists have also discovered something fascinating.